What's going on? Welcome to Chef Charlie's Kitchen. Happy Sunday, everybody. Today I'm going to go old school soul food. I was just in the mood. I don't know if it's more because I had the taste for it or if I just felt like cooking it. It's a chef mood. I don't know. Anyway, so I had some collard greens, but y'all know that personally in my life I'm trying to eat a little healthier. So I have kale and I have collard greens. So I think I'm gonna do half and half collard green and kale, and I'm gonna prepare it like collard greens, like a pot of collard greens with neck bones and everything like that. But I'm just trying to integrate more healthy veggies and greens and any type of nutrients and vitamins that I might have not included before in my meals. I'm gonna try to like start adding that more, but still giving it the soul food, Creole, Southern food flair and flavor. We don't have to, you know, we can still eat soul food and still be healthy and it still be delicious. And just try a little harder to be healthy. So I'm going all the way with the pot of greens and turkey necks. I'm going to use 100% whole grain pasta for the mac and cheese today. Just a few things I'm trying to integrate health into me and Coop's diet, more healthy things. So I'm going to go ahead and start the collard green pot. Right here, this pot right here, I have the neck bones cooking in a little bit of vinegar. They're already parboiled and cleaned, and now they are in water with 3 cups of white, not 3 cups, sorry, 3 caps of white distilled vinegar and 3 caps of apple cider vinegar. No seasoning or anything yet. Alright, so I'm about to start my green pot. You saw me put the chicken in the oven, so I seasoned it with a little bit of jerk spice that I found at my local market, and I just want to try it out and see what it is, what it's like. I'm gonna end up barbecuing that, or adding barbecue sauce to that, so it's gonna be a jerk barbecue chicken, collard greens, mac and cheese, cornbread, and I'm not gonna put any sugar in it. I'm just gonna use honey, raw and unfiltered honey, 100% pure. And yeah, you know, gonna do a few things differently to see how it affects our new diet and the way we want to live. Which, you know, you always want to strive for better. So I'm excited. I have a really good feeling about this. I think it's going to come out probably better than I'm expecting, and then I'm going to want to do it all the time. But you know, you got to give yourself healthy things so that way your body will crave healthy things. So I'm talking too much. Let's get started. I'll keep it over here because I want y'all to be able to see. Okay, my fan is too hot. It's blowing my flame. I love cooking with gas. Even though sometimes with gas, all your burners don't always light. You have to light them. Like, that's a pleasure as compared to cooking on an electric stove. I've had both, and I prefer cooking over open flame. It's just not for everyone's life. So that pot is on. First thing going in is some coconut oil. I've been using coconut oil and olive oil blend for anything that I'm sauteing, like my veggies and stuff. So I'll do about half coconut and half olive oil. So I halfway did some prep today, y'all, so I can kind of just go right into it. Turn that down just a tad. Alright. So chicken is already in the oven. It's at 400 degrees. Getting these greens started. And once we get the greens started, I'm going to start on the mac and cheese. Okay, so here I have my bag of kale. And all of my veggies I've already cut up. So instead of y'all watching me cut some onions today, I already got them pre-cut. I pre-cut them, but I'm saying they're already pre-cut before I start the video. Don't do it. Alright, garlic, onion, a little bit of celery, and some, aromatic vegetables to start your pot off. Okay, and half and half coconut and extra virgin olive oil. Yep. Make sure your oil's hot. So, first things first, get those veggies down at the bottom. Get them starting to sweat and release that good flavor out of there. Ooh, I can smell the garlic already, y'all. It smells amazing. So excited. Okay, so I'm going to let that sweat a little bit. I'm going to put the top on. And let's get peel open. So just as I start to get a little bit of color on these onions, just a little bit of brown color I start to see, I'm going to go ahead and add in my leafy greens, my kale and my collard greens. So, really excited, y'all. Like that. While I can go ahead and get my cornbread mix started. Okay. Good old-fashioned bowl. Every house needs a big bowl. This is a Tupperware bowl, and it has a top to go to it. So, anytime I'm looking to travel with a lot of stuff, I can put it in this bowl, or I can just mix some cornbread in it like I'm doing right now. Yeah. So, yes, I do use Jiffy, y'all. This is like my favorite thing, and if anything is more nostalgic, it's using the package of Jiffy. Yes. Chef Charlie knows how to make cornbread from scratch, but I like this better, and it's less work. And I make it my own. I don't just go by the directions. I don't even remember what directions are. Something like a 1/3 cup of milk, 1 egg. I do the 1 egg thing, but, I add my own little flavor to it. And now we're going to do a healthy cake with the honey instead of sugar. Because anybody who knows me know I used to put sugar in my cornbread. Well, it's a little better. Trying. We're trying. And we're liking it. So, I know my bowl is in front of my camera. Get it back there. I'll Try not to put it on the stove because I don't want it to melt. One pack of cornbread. 2 pack of cornbread. Okay. Let's break up some lumps, some of the lumps. Oh, let's check on the veggies. Oh yeah. Alright, you see a little something something. Wow. But the smell is crazy. Green's got all the pressure, y'all. Tony Satura's no salt seasoning. Just gonna go a little bit down in there because I'm about to start seasoning my pot. I season from the bottom up. Most time they'll tell you, you know, you season at the end, but I season as I go. And I, you know, develop the flavor. And I just got a nose full of that seasoning. It popped right up when I opened the package. But yeah, so I season from the bottom up, and I slowly develop flavor in my food. That's how I cook. When I was in culinary school, they teach you season at the end. Some stuff you can season at the end. One thing that I do like to season at the very end is like mashed potatoes, but some stuff you have to build flavor. And kale and collard greens is one of those things. Like there has to be flavor in every step of the process. Some type of flavor building or seasoning in every step to make sure that the end result is fantabulous. So, let's put a little bit of Cajun season and garlic. Excuse me. And I have fresh garlic in here too, garlic cloves as well. Excuse me. It's a little bit of lemon pepper. I love to put lemon pepper in greens, any type of greens. I love lemon pepper on broccoli, spinach. It, you know, it just wakes it up and it gives it like that zing that you know you're missing, because most leafy greens are bitter. So I find that when you add citrus, you know, it kind of wakes up that bitterness, and it kind of, the bitter and the sour together kind of like they work together very well. So I put a little lemon pepper, I put garlic and onion powder. Okay, so all of this is just building flavor. So far what we have in the pot, let's go back over it, is half and half. Half and half olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and coconut oil. We have celery, onions, and garlic. Fresh celery, onions, and garlic. This is blackening seasoning. just a few pepper flakes in there because I want it to be somewhat spicy. Crushed red pepper. Okay. I don't go crazy with the spice, but it is definitely the way of New Orleans to make sure you get that spice in there. Okay, so I'm just seasoning. I'm building up flavor right now. I put in a no salt Creole seasoning by Tony Chachere's. I use that. Just building up that flavor. And so now I'm gonna add in my kale. I'm not going to use all of it because my neighbor that I cook for very often, she's vegan, so I'm going to make her a vegan pot of kale greens. So I'm going to use the rest of that kale to make her pot of greens. Okay. Alright. So yes, you put your kale down in there just like that, and I'm losing some. And you make like you're sauteing it, you know? And you build that flavor and you get it tossed in all of that seasoning that you already put down in there. All those onions, all of that oil. Growing up, making collard greens was like one of the things that I always saw my aunts do, my grandma, my mom, like, you know, sit around the table, make mac and cheese and stuff. And for whatever reason, the greens always seemed to take the longest, and it was my favorite thing. And so, in school, in culinary school, shout out to Le Cordon Bleu, Atlanta, I was taught a technique by Chef Schuler, who was the head chef of my school, about collard greens and why they take so long. And these are my collard greens. I buy them already prepared and cut because I'm a busy mom, and even though I like the catharticism of, I think I said that right, of sitting down and chopping greens and washing them in the sink and with the salt water and all of that, I don't always have time for that. You know? I don't always feel like it either, let's be honest. So, yeah, I buy my bag, my greens already cut and ready to go. So, let's put those collard greens in now. But anyway, so that was a half a bag of kale and one whole bag of collard greens. Alright, and just get those greens down in there. The greens are kind of like frozen a little bit. They're a little icy. So I'm going to put the lid on that and let it kind of steam up a little bit, and then I'm going to go back in and look at that. Look at all that seasoning left on the spoon, y'all. Y'all know these greens is about to be fire. Look at this. Look at this. That's just for mixing it, my baby. Oh my God. I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. Alright. Back to our cornbread. So we got our greens on. And it's at medium high. It's not so low, it's not super high. Alright. 2 eggs. So far in the bowl we have just our 2 packages of Jiffy Corn Mix. 2 eggs. In the bowl we go. 2 eggs. In the bowl we go. Alright. Then we have our house-made, homemade buttermilk. Alright. I told y'all, no more buying buttermilk. Find that video. It's down there. It's down there. See, I always wanted to do that. See, it's down there. Look down there into my old videos. Find that buttermilk video, bro. Don't go buy buttermilk. No need. Okay, 1 part milk of your choice. And, no, 3 parts milk of your choice. And 1 part distilled vinegar or lemon juice. Alright. Stay woke, y'all. Okay, so got my milk in there. Mixy. My buttermilk in there, my eggs. Anything else to add to this is a little bit of honey. And I like to melt some butter in here, or in the pan that I'm baking it in first, and then I pour the batter right down on top of the melted butter. That part is not going to change. You don't want to do the honey butter technique. So I just melt the butter down in the bottom of the pan, and what I do is I put a little bit of honey down in the bottom, and I pour the batter into that hot pan, and put it back in the oven. I'm giving y'all all my secrets. It's alright. Y'all can have it. Make some good cornbread. Alright, got that nice and mixed. Honey time. Oh wait, gotta open it. Just got this from the store. It was time to buy some more honey. This is my favorite one. I try to shop local as much as I possibly can, so this is Louisiana honey. Alright. Try to, do that as much as possible. It's very helpful for your local farmers and everything like that, instead of buying honey that is not even as good or even as flavorful as some honey you can buy from your home state, from the state where you live. Alright, let's get that butter melted and we'll just go. Okay, that is about 1/3 of a stick of butter, maybe a little more. And I put it in there. I'm splitting this between 2 pans, y'all. And put it straight into the oven, like so. Oh, Just checked the chicken while I was down there. It looks amazing. Okay. Alright, y'all, so y'all watch me do all my prep. The only thing I have not started yet is the mac and cheese. I'm coming back with a results video of how this looks, the greens and everything. Actually, let's check it right now real fast. Let's see what they look like. Ooh, great. They look amazing, y'all. Everything I hoped it would be. And it smells good too. Yes. Oh, that is everything. That is giving me so much stuff right there. So, like I was saying, the technique that Chef Shooter taught me with making collard greens, and what he told me was, do you remember how they used to make those collard greens growing up? I was like, no. He's like, they would boil the water and boil the meat, and then they would add the greens on top of the liquid. Like, yeah. And he was like, what if I told you, by doing it the opposite way, you can cut your time down by half on how long it takes to make your collard greens. And I was like, say what? He was like, yep. He was like, cut it down by half. You know, and the technique is basically you turn up your heat a little bit and you move your greens around in that grease, in that oil that you use, and those onions, and you get it sauteing a little bit, okay? And you cook your green down. It's like part cooking it almost, you know? And then you get that broth, whatever broth you choose, whether that be chicken broth or the water from the smoked meat. That's what I'm going to use, the vinegar and water that I have it boiling in right now. I'm just going to take that hot broth and I'm going to pour it down on top of the collard greens. And what that creates is that's that oil coming down on top of it. So there's no, you don't have to like stab it down up under the water and then make it cook and do all of that. By the time I'll pour all of that water in there, it's already halfway cooked. So then you let it cook for about another half an hour and it's done. There's no more 2 and 3 hour pot collard greens. Like, he saved my life, y'all. Shout out to Chef Shooter if you ever see this. You bomb, man. Okay. But yes, y'all, these look great. Oh my gosh, let me show y'all what it looks like. I can't even help myself. I gotta show y'all what it looks like. Look, that's what it looks like. All right, you can see the collard greens. You can see the kale mixed in there, and they look just like you're sautéing them. You see the onions. You see all of that seasoning well distributed over it. It's everything. It's everything. So then you just take your hot liquid of your choice. Oh, look at that pot steaming nice. Look at that. Beautiful. And then you take your hot liquid and you just pour it down. So you're already part cooking it by sauteing it. You're not putting it in cold. You're not putting it in raw straight out of cold water from washing it, right? It's already in the pot. It's already been mingling with the seasonings. It's already breaking down. It's already giving off that good flavor. And then you just pop that top right off of there. And you pour it right down on top, along with your meat. Okay? So this is my pot with my, let's see if I can, even know, I don't want to do that. This is my pot with my, oh, y'all, the phone is upside down. I didn't even tell me. Why y'all ain't told me it was upside down? Alright, so I'm just going to take this pot. It has, it's about half of it is hot liquid, and it has the meat in there. Just so you can see what the neck bones look like. what it's looking like. It's a big one. Okay, that's what it looks like. So just take that, pour it right down on top. Y'all hear them going, right? I mean, they over here going. They're just doing the dang thing, you know? You feel me? So, let's go. Straight down on top. Ooh, all of that concentrated vinegar that I put in that water. Now what this is going to do is just sit right down in that vinegar and cook. That's exactly what they're going to do. And then you turn your pot all the way down to the itsy teetsiest little flame. Put the lid on top and watch God work. Watch him do it. Come on, Jesus. All right, y'all. That's Sundays in Charlie's Kitchen, Chef Charlie's Kitchen. I'll be back with the macaroni video, as well as, yes, I'm using this as a microphone, as well as the results of how our greens look and a final plate preparation, so you guys can see the final product. I love you guys. It's been fun. I'll be right back at you. Chef Charlie out.